This is Michaela McLean, and you're listening to Beauty by Design. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you for being here. It's already time to talk about another gate. It's Gemini season. We're kicking it off with gate 20. Before we get into that, let me tell you, get you caught up on things. Little Fox Beauty just dropped their Jet Set collection, and this is the thing I've been waiting to come out. So excited. It features a brand new custom yoga nidra from me to round out the experience. So beautiful. This whole collection is TSA sizes and it includes the Pro Massage Nectar, which is not normally available to just retail. And the stuff is so magical. It smells like a smoothie stand in Kauai. Like, it's so good and so silky. I'm lucky I get to use it. It's like my body moisturizer, but this stuff is magic. You have to experience it in the nidra, which is really cool. You actually get to kind of immerse yourself in that feeling, in this aromatic, misty jungle. So it's so fun. So go check them out, Little Fox. You know, that is my favorite brand. I love getting to create creative content for and with them. Just like such a dream come true. So Little Fox Beauty, and they do have pro back bar. I'm working on some content for that. So if you have questions, please reach out. I just I want more people to experience that amazing like back bar alchemy that is available, especially in like clinical settings where you don't really get to play with that kind of stuff. There's so much cool stuff that the brand has that's like, again, nobody else is doing these things. Just there's more coming. As far as my stuff exclusively, of course, you've got the free guide. Please go download that. That'll get you on my email list. I'm gonna try to start sending some emails at some point. I've got so many things coming that I need to work that. I need to flex that. So the free guide is beautiful. It's been redesigned. Again, signing up for that will get you on my list so that way you know what's coming, which includes new yoga nidras in the very near future. Each one of the Once you have your chart and you do the free guide, each one of the segments will take you to the correct $11 1 hour class for you, which would be the next step. And then, of course, especially if you're in aesthetics or any sort of related field and you really want to start learning human design, learn how to use it to market yourself and your business. But just like I said, I'm like, spoiler, it really is learning human design. Um, Take my course, Your Energetic Marketing Guide, and go down the rabbit hole. So valuable. We go over so much stuff. Each one of those $11 classes is inside of the course, but then also we go through, the classic type strategy, authority, not self, signature, deconditioning tips, all 6 lines, all 12 profiles, centers, defined, undefined, gates, channels, circuitry, brand pillars, aka incarnation cross. Like, you're learning foundational stuff because, again, I can't stress this enough. I have to be so careful, like, what am I putting out yet? But there is stuff coming that's going to be so for your treatment room to take you to like the next, like beyond, not even the next level, beyond, what we are currently doing in aesthetics, to really integrate in this really beautiful, palatable way. So to be ready, I think it's like, get this and prep yourself, because we're on a spaceship ready to just go some amazing places. So anyway, you know where to find all that. Links are in the show notes. Links are in my Instagram bio. Go give it a follow at Michaela McLean and stay up to date. Okay, let's go ahead and get on to the episode. So as always, just that reminder, don't worry about understanding this at the mental level. Let my voice, let the sound current, the energy, the frequency of beauty sink into your skin cells like good skincare. So today we are moving. We're officially in Gemini season and we're in gate 20, which is located in the throat center. It is a part of the individual knowing circuitry, but also the integration circuitry. So there is nuance here. It depends on your chart configuration. If you have the gate, it's like on one hand, it could be connected to something that's all about, self-empowerment and your own survival and your own well-being, or it could be about empowerment of others through living by example, depending on which one it falls into. So, regardless, it's definitely something that's leading to mutation, evolution, and change. So, starting with the location, it is a throat gate again, where we were last one we were in the throat. We're still hanging out throat area. And you'll see that as we pass through this particular quarter, we're in the second quarter, there'll be a lot of throat happening. So, starting with the throat, energy center for communication, self expression, manifestation, all energy in the chart is trying to make it to the throat to have something done about it. Gate 20 is known as contemplation. It's the gate of the now. And this gate is all about presence and mindfulness. So, the keynote here is I am now or not. Instantaneous clarity and or action. And so the key with this gate really is contained in its name. It's the now, as in Ram Dass, be here now. And gate 20 can be this expressive outlet for personal power, right? If it's connected to gate 34, it could be the outlet for instinctual intuitive knowing if it's connected to gate 57, or it could be the articulation of your highest self if it's connected to gate 10. So this is that one special four-way place in the chart where this could make up all kinds of different things. But regardless, the thread that runs between it all is like how imperative it is to be present, to be in the moment, to be living in the now. And when properly embodied, the words and actions communicated through gate 20 can have this significant impact on yourself and those around you. So the low expression with this one is like just skirting the surface of life, living and making choices from the mind, being either, in your head and you're either in the past or in the future, but you're not in the present, you're not in the here and now. You're not in your body in this moment. And it just lacks that self-awareness, in its low vibe state. But the high expression here is being fully absorbed and mindful in the moment. Not in the past, not in the future, in the now. There is only now. There's only this very moment at any given moment. And so, kind of like little side note, it's if you have 20, cultivate mindfulness practices, and it really hit me last night. It was my son's birthday the other day. We had his party yesterday, and I had bought him for 80s kids, I want to call them mitts, but the circular, like, why can I not describe this? It's like you're just playing catch, but it's Velcro, and you have like the tennis ball and you throw it back and forth, right? And you catch it with the Velcro. And we had it when I was a kid. I think my sister had gotten it for one of her birthdays, and we used to play with it all the time. And then now they have it, and it was so cute because they were just like, "This is so fun." And I'm like, "I know, right?" It's like you're just playing catch. It's so simple, and it hit me. I'm like, "Oh yeah." In my head, I'm always preparing like the next piece of work that I have to do. And I was like, "God, what a great analogy or metaphor, or, whatever for gate 20 is that we're just here in this moment. We're playing catch. You can't be on your phone. You can't be distracted. You're literally like, I could sit here and I told them, I was like, you can play this for hours and you're just in the moment. It's like you're throwing the ball to me. I'm throwing the ball to you. We're trying to see how much can we do this without dropping it. And I was like, wow, what a really simple way, what a very simple mindfulness practice, and also doing it with someone else. So very fun to do it with somebody that you love. So in the gene keys, the shadow of this one is superficiality, the gift is self-assurance, and the city is presence. So Richard Rudd says the gift of self assurance comes into being when a human being first learns to let go of their thinking as the authority in making decisions. With self assurance must come a profound surrender to life in every moment. As you begin to accept that life has its own plans and flow, you also begin to stop interfering with the process at a mental level. No technique can lead to this gift. Only life itself can show you how to let go. The gift is, in fact, the precursor to a higher state of spiritual awareness. You begin to discover that decisions in life simply get made. So there is really no point in agonizing over them. Decisions at a higher level of frequency are made in the moment rather than being premeditated. Your mind may decide on a certain course of action, but when the decision is actually made at the gift frequency, it emerges instantly and clearly through the entirety of your being. So, again, just stressing like being in the moment. Again, he mentions like not premeditated. You're not thinking about it. You're not trying to figure out what to say, how to say it, when to say it, what to do. It's like just letting yourself be in the now and trusting that everything, you know what I mean? It's like it's just going to happen the way that it's meant to happen. Okay, so my notes here, and I'd already mentioned this, it's part of the one and only four-way intersection in the chart. So every other gate, every other channel in the chart only has one other partner. But this spot is where there are multiple possibilities. So gate 20 can connect to three other gates to form various channels. So all the possible definitions that come from it, if it is part of a channel, right? If your 20 connects to something, it's going to be one of these three gates, and depending on what it connects to is going to dictate what definition it carries. So the 3420, so if 20 connects to 34, that is the true pure manifesting generator, and that's all about response in the present moment. That is the one and only true manifesting generator channel in the entire chart. We'll talk about that in a minute. If 20 connects to 57, that is projected. And if 20 connects to gate 10, that is also projected. So those channels really, really thrive on obviously being seen, recognized, and invited. So again, depending on what it connects to, and we'll talk about this a little bit more as we get into the various potentials, it can either be individual or integration. And individual stuff, again, is about just you doing you, and it is empowering to other people. So that is our 20 when it connects to 57. But the other two are part of the integration, which is like the backbone, and it is truly about your own personal self-absorbed survival. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So this is one of those few convenient instances in the chart where the Sun Earth partners, the programming partners, are also channel partners. So it's pretty cool if you are born with either Sun in gate 20 or Earth in gate 20, or design Sun or Earth in gate 20, you automatically have the 34. You will have this channel, period. Okay, so 34, if you have that, 34 is, I'm just going to point you toward the episode to get the full rundown. That is episode 99. And when 20 connects to 34, that's the channel of charisma. Responding, communicating, acting in the now. It's, again, automatically a manifesting generator. It's the only pure manifesting generator channel where there is a direct connection from the sacral, that's the generator side, to a motor to the throat. There's your manifester. And like I said, that's part of the integration circuit. Libra, gate 57, that is our episode 84. That's the channel of the brainwave, speaking and manifesting intuitively in the now, hearing in the moment, part of the individual circuitry. And then we have Sagittarius/Capricorn, the bridge gate, gate 10. This is episode 111. And this is the channel of awakening. It's commitment to higher principles, self-projected. This is I am, it's the voice for self-love, speaking for itself, speaking from the heart. Also on a low vibe, it's the verbal gunslinger, but it's definitely about kind of like knowing the right thing to say. And this is part of integration circuitry. So I mentioned already, we've got individual, which is about empowerment of others, and integration, which is definitely about empowering yourself, only yourself, for yourself. It's kind of unavailable to other people. It's self-sufficient, self-assured. But when it's done in a correct way, and it really is about, your own self-empowerment. Okay. So back to gate 34, which when 20 and 34 connect, we form the channel of charisma. And 34 is known as the power of the great, the gate of power. So it's pure power to empower. It's the power to be alive. And, it's definitely it's just unadulterated power, magnetic charisma that comes with it. People notice the gate 34, it is often considered the busiest gate in the chart. But you really need to harness that energy, that powerful but busy energy. And the high expression with it, it's like people can look at it, observe it, they're attracted to it, fantastic, but, it's, like, really the way that it empowers other people is for them to just witness it, um, you know, and like I said, you harness it, you actually direct it into something, worthwhile and valuable. I speak from that 'cause I have the 3410. I'm like, "Yeah, you wanna direct this to something worthwhile," you know? Um, and 34, it's like I said, it's the pure power of the sustainable sacral energy, and then it goes up and it connects to the throat for that instant response to action. So it is that 3420 is like the definition of busy to be busy, right? But the really important thing to ask here is that if you have the channel of charisma, are you busy doing what you love? That's how like, that's how you harness the whole charismatic energy. You have to be doing what you love. So when these 2 come together to form the channel of charisma, it's about being surrendered to living in the moment, really waiting to respond. That is that true big energy from the manifesting generator in the truest sense of the word. This is the channel, right? That is so impressive to others, what it's capable of. But often it shows up as extremely chaotic because it's not living by its generator strategy and authority. Okay. I'm pause. We're coming back to this. I need to go off on a little tangent here. So there are really only 4 aura types to be crystal clear. People parcel out, and there's a reason for that. Generators and manifesting generators at the end of the day are all generators. Okay. That manifesting generator, I'd like to say they get a side helping of manifester because they do get this somehow, some way, somewhere in their chart, they have a motor that connects to their throat. That's very powerful. That moves faster. There's reason for that. But at the end of the day, there's still a generator. And what is a generator's strategy and authority? It's wait to respond. So this this channel really gets ahead of itself. 'Cause, I mean, it's just like it's just boom, it's fast, fast, fast. So, very important for these people, if you have the channel of charisma in your chart, that you really are letting yourself wait to respond, and you're not trying to get out in front of everything, okay? Let life bring it to you. Life will bring you everything that you're gonna need. You're gonna know it's correct for you when you get excited by it. You love doing it, right? Doing the work that you love, being busy doing what you love, and let it unfold from there. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, you wait to respond, the universe drops a breadcrumb for you, and then boom, you're just kind of following these breadcrumbs at like hyper speed. Um, and again, kind of going by the gene keys, the superficiality. It's like, are you just are you just going at a hectic pace? You're really not you're not being aware. You're just too darn busy versus, I have presence. I'm paying attention to what really gets me excited. And that is what I'm allowing to guide me, down the road in life. Very important. And also it's really interesting to look to if you have this channel and you don't have the 57, you could have all 4 pieces of this. that, the whole thing. But if you don't have 57 present in this combination, these people can kind of lack that intuitive guidance that their spleen would be giving them. So that's important. It's like then they can really benefit from outside guidance because oftentimes they're going at warp speed by compared to the rest of us. But it's like, are you putting your energy into the right things for you? That's the issue. So again, I can say this because I'm like, I'm over here with other pieces of this, but not the 20. So I'm like, yeah, makes a lot of sense. And then this channel, is part of the cross of the sleeping phoenix, which is the mutation that is coming, here in the next few years in 2027. Um, that's a whole thing, but, what basically the takeaway from this is that human design is the science of differentiation. It is our own uniqueness. It's moving away from, you know, just being about caring about what other people think, what other people say, the group, the tribe, all of that. We're moving into the era of the individual. Um, I myself am a pure individual, so I'm like, yes, I really get on board with this. This is what human design is meant to do. This is what my work is meant to do. What I'm trying to do for people is like wake you up to the amazingness of you, to your strategy and authority, to all of your natural gifts, and stop worrying about listening to other people tell you what to do, how to think, their advice, all of that. It's like it's all within you. You just need to kind of have that unlocked for yourself. So astrologically, again, we got a whole handful of things. If the 34 is connected to, excuse me, if the 20 is connected to the 34, that is a Gemini Sagittarius opposition, direct opposition. Like I said, it's baked into the channel or the cross. If the 20 is connected to the 57, that is Gemini and Libra. That's a trine, that's air trine, very harmonious. If the 20 is connected to the 10, 10 is a bridge gate between either Sagittarius, so there's a loose opposition, or Gemini connected to Capricorn, which is a quincunx, and that's kind of a little bit more of an awkward position. All right, quarter of the wheel. 20 is in the second quarter, the quarter of civilization. It's purpose fulfilled through form. So bringing spirit into form, right? And everything's trying to get to the throat to get out to the world, to alchemize, to turn into form. Okay. All right. My goodness. This one, any of those ones that are involved in this four-way, it's like there's just a lot more going on there. A lot of, so I apologize. It's kind of, you know, it's more complicated than the rest of other gates. So, do you have this in your chart? We're looking at the throat. We're looking up at the left-hand side. The left side of the throat is where 20 is located. Do you have this in your chart? It's either black, red and black. That means you have it somewhere. It is definitely located there. If not, it would be white. That's what mine looks like. So, it's undefined. But maybe you have one of its connectors. Maybe you have the 34, maybe you have the 10, maybe you have the 57, maybe you have none of it. But like in my case, I have the 3410. So this week I will get the 20. I will get to express, I'll get this extra piece of the puzzle that I don't have all the time. So that's interesting, sit with that, contemplate it. Of course, I'm always curious. You can hit me up over on Instagram and let me know. And of course, I will be back soon with more. If this episode was valuable to you, I would love it if you would leave it a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen, because it helps get it out to more people that might be interested in this work. And if you would like to learn more human design, of course, check out my free guide of the $11 classes, my course, Your Energetic Marketing Guide, aka Human Design 101 for estheticians and related folks. And of course, I'll have other things, coming out soon. Some stuff I'm really excited about that's really just transpired over the weekend. But don't want to say too much just yet. Of course, go follow me over on Instagram at Michaela McLean. And until next time, have a beautiful day.